JustP, you decided to take your comedy in a different way, and from your set it sounds like you've got a little bit of activism and you're reframing some of your maybe life experiences.
Absolutely.
Channeling it through humour, and it's so light touch and fabulously music, but also we sense a little bit of undertone of
there's definitely a
the
dark
tapestry
undertone.
of the dark. You've got to play with the dark. We play with the dark. We dance with the dark.
Absolutely.
So elaborate on that, please, for us.
So, as a man who's gone through relationships which involve marriage and kids, and it's broken up and it's not ended well, life has been quite tough for me, and I've had to find ways of dealing with trauma. And especially during COVID, where I dealt with trauma was through laughter. So I decided to turn my trauma into laughter, but also as a man who's got a perspective on the world from a man's eyes, I wanted to appeal to the mental health of men, and also discuss things that men see but don't feel they're comfortable saying out in public because they get chastised for it. So I will say things which will seem very male-orientated, because it is. I'm talking about my experiences in my life and what's happened. But I've tried to turn it around in a way that's more interesting, more likeable, more enjoyable. And I take a lot of my inspiration from the music industry. So when you go and see live music, a lot of musicians, they sing songs that you've heard many, many times before. When they get to the chorus, what do? They put the mic out to the audience for the music, and that's what I'm doing with my comedy. Now, the joke is called A Black Man Did It, and I need you to remember that, all right? What's the joke called?
Black man did it.
One more time.
Black man did it. Black man did it. Black man did it.
I need you to remember that, all right? So Mary told Joseph the baby inside was a gift from God. That wasn't the truth, was it? The truth was, a black man did it.
Excellent. Yes, hello. Now, and finally the truth comes out.
Yep, finally the truth comes out. In 2010, if you wrote into Google, a white man stole my car, Google would correct you and say, don't you mean a?
Black man did it.
You're right. How messed up is that? Now, I was in the pub the other day and I spoke to these three beautiful women. They come up to me. One had a black eye, one was 6 months pregnant, and one had like a broken leg. And we talked for a little while, and they said to me, guess what we've all got in common? Guess what they all had in common?
Black man did it.
Why would you say that? No. They were sisters.
Oh! It actually works better when you've got a white person next to you. Loving it. And also from especially the black privilege, for example, you're almost using totally positive psychology. Martin Seligman, I think our lovely producer will know about this because she's been working on that for years, but it's a beautiful example of a comedy using that positive and putting it into action, positive psychology. Well done. Really enjoyed that.
I think it's really important because as a black man who's travelled up and down the country, there's a lot of places I go where they're not used to seeing black people, and if they do see black comedians, all they hear from black comedians is the negatives and trying to make white people feel bad about what's happened in the past. I can't get away with the fact that, not talking about the fact that I'm black, that I'm a black experience, but there are positive things and there are a positive spin on what the black experience, and I wanted to show that to people as opposed to saying, oh, I'm black and the whole world's against me. I'm black, and you know what? I have an advantage. As you can see, I'm a black man. And as a comedian, I travel up and down the country, and I go all different places. And often I'm the only black person there. And people treat me differently. But it's not always a bad thing, people. Sometimes it's a good thing. It's what I call my black privilege. And I explain how it works. So do you know when you go into like a shop like Matalan, okay? You pick up a T-shirt, you're like, I like this, I'm going on holiday soon. But then you look like there's no price on it, and you're like, well, there's no price on it. So you look around, you're like, does anyone actually work here? Do you get that problem when you go into shops? No one seems to work.
Regularly, yeah.
I don't have that problem. I start as a security guard who's been following me around for the last 20 minutes. Black privilege.
Brilliant.
Now, last summer, me and the missus went on holiday. Okay, we went to Portugal for the weekend. And in the evening, we took the kids with us. And in the evening, we left the kids in the hotel room. We left the doors open. We left the windows open. We came back 4 hours later. Guess what?
They were still there.
You're right, the kids are still there. Black privilege!
Don't know how that happened. Journey.
Absolutely.
And soul.
So, I'm not a full-time comedian as yet. I do still have a few jobs to do just to obviously pay the bills, because comedy, unfortunately, isn't the most lucrative of business, especially at this level.
Yes.
But I decided about a year and a half ago, when I got a redundancy package from my job, to put my head in the chopping blocks and put myself out there. Bought myself a camper van. I travel up and down the country, and about 4 or 5 times a week, probably more than I actually do my normal job, I do comedy. And forget about the money, the ability to make people laugh, and forget about what's going on in life. Because if you turn the TV on nowadays, all you see is negativity, and this person's killing this person, or this state's killing this person, or recession and the money. I just want to give people an opportunity to laugh and forget about it for a moment. Because laughter for me is the best drug. It doesn't cost much, and you know what? Afterwards, you don't feel crap. Before I go, I'm going to do an impression of my dad, if that's okay?